It's leaking. I'm gonna get as sweaty as possible. It is $34. You can't really see the pores. Hey girl, welcome to Emmarie Lane, where my goal is to find you the best beauty products for the best prices. And in today's video, we're gonna be doing a dupe battle between the new one size to cure the sweat primer versus a possible dupe, sort of according to the internet, the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. Now, there's not a lot of sweat-proof primers in like an affordable price, like at the drugstore. So I had to do some research to try to figure out like maybe some people that have also done reviews on like what seems more sweat-proof than others, and this seems like the best option according to like all the articles I read. This always popped up as like the best drugstore option for sweat-proof makeup. So even though this doesn't claim to be sweat-proof necessarily, this is what we're trying to work with and find a possible dupe for this, because this is freaking expensive. I'll be doing the Rimmel on my right and the one size on my left. Gotta get the hair out of the way for a second. Okay, and then for foundation, I'm gonna be using this guy, which I know this one's getting harder and harder to find because they've basically discontinued it. I still have it, so if I can still find a link to it on Amazon, I will link it. It is the perfect foundation to test out primers because it's neutral, I know how it wears, and it looks really pretty. So I need to get a nice good before for either side of my pores. If you're not new around here, you know that I have kind of like huge pores on the side of my nose. It's leaking. Dang it, this stuff. You have to be so careful. Starting off with the one size according to Sephora. It says it is a sweat-proof, waterproof, aluminum-free primer. Absorbs excess sweat and oil to visibly tighten pores, mattify skin, and prolong makeup wear. So it's for normal, oily, and combination skin. So if you're dry, I'm really sorry. Apparently you don't get to have sweat-proof makeup. Just kidding, but it's a little bit harder for you, I know. It has bamboo powder to absorb excess sweat and oil, sage extract to absorb the excess sweat and tighten pores. I didn't know sage did that. And squalene to prevent your skin from drying out. Then why can't dry skin use it? Okay, whatever. If you only have slightly dry skin, it sounds like you can kind of get away with that. But if you have really dry skin, probably not. Made from botanical ingredients and is shown to outperform aluminum-based formulas, which you know, aluminum's not great for your skin. It provides up to 12 hours of oil-resistant vibes, shine control, mattifying power while minimizing local pores. And in their clinical results, 94% agreed on all of them. 94% agreed they no longer sweated their makeup off. They agreed the primer was long-lasting and matte finish. Well, I hope so. And they agreed it kept their makeup lock in place. So it is $34 according to Walmart's website, because Amazon isn't currently selling this, which is crazy because I always get stuff on Amazon, but it's fine. It says this primer improves the overall look of your skin. It's oil-free, ultra lightweight formula, helps minimize the appearance of pores, controls shine, hydrates the skin, and leaves it feeling refreshed and smooth. A creamy texture that creates a perfectly matte complexion. You can wear it underneath or alone, and it is a whopping $6. Okay, let's talk about these. So overall, just like looking at it from a distance, it looks like I have the exact same primer on. Like they are both smoothing, both mattifying. I need to spot conceal some areas that the foundation didn't cover up perfectly, but we'll just ignore that for now. Smoothing wise, here's a clip of what both primers look like without foundation on my nose, so you can see their smoothing power. I feel like Rimmel does a better job. Tell me I'm wrong. I feel like my pores don't exist almost on this side of my nose. And this side, they look a ton better, but you can still see them a little bit. And I never count. I have this one like right here from when I popped a crazy zit when I was like 13, and it's basically just created one big scar. It's not even a pore necessarily, the scar, so I don't count that guy. With the foundation on, you can't really see the pores. It almost looks the same on the other side, but this side still looks smoother. Mattifying wise, they do the same thing. Blurring wise on the rest of my face, it basically looks the same. I'm gonna put on the rest of my makeup. I'm not gonna use any powder except right underneath my eye. Everything else I'm going to use cream products only. So bronzer, blush. I'm not gonna use highlight because I don't want to get confused with oiliness, you know. No highlighter today, which is fine. I'm gonna go about my day. I'm gonna do a check-in halfway throughout the day in natural lighting, and then towards the end of the day, I'm gonna work out. We're gonna get sweaty. I'm gonna get as sweaty as possible. It's not gonna be a fun time for me, but we're gonna test out how sweat-proof these are, because if I can do a really intense workout in these, you should be able to like run around and have fun in the sun. So I will see you in just a second. It's crazy windy outside. There's yard work going on the neighbor's house, so hopefully you can hear me. I want to show you what's happening with the makeup. Everything looks pretty good. I am looking a tiny bit shiny on the forehead, but besides that, we're fine, I think. I think we'll especially be fine for the sweat proof test in a few hours. I'm gonna wait another like 2 hours maybe before I do the sweat proof test, maybe 3, see what things look like. And if it looks dramatically different, I'll show you what it looks like before I work out. So it looks like I didn't work out. I promise I did. I just got distracted. I wanted to wait until my face wasn't like quite as red and like things had calmed down a little bit before I showed you how the makeup held up. And then I got distracted. Now it's been 2 hours. It's fine. Okay, so for like on my forehead, you can see it's definitely a little patchy, like right where you get extra sweaty. But some of the bronzer's still there, which is impressive. Bronzer, blush still on like my cheeks. The foundation actually looks pretty darn great. The only thing is it's actually on the one side. It like kind of broke up a little bit on the side of my nose. It almost looks kind of like dry patch situation, but my nose is definitely not dry. And it doesn't look like that on the other side. It actually looks really dang good. Yeah, the foundation's still there for the most part. In between my eyebrows is kind of wrecked a little bit, but that can happen at the end of the day when I don't use powder in general. Most of my acne is still at least semi-covered. I was sweating hardcore. Like, I was like, okay, let's bump up this workout to harder than I normally can do. Let's get extra sweaty. And I think especially if you prepped, like if you also used a good setting spray and a good setting powder, if you're like, I'm gonna be sweaty all day, like I'm going on a hike, but it's like a date and so I want to look cute, enter in those kind of products. And honestly, I don't think you need to spend money on the one size. I think this guy is an amazing dupe. Like it's very good dupe. It actually might be a little bit better, which is shocking. They should rebrand this and put it as sweat proof or sweat resistant. Rimmel, listen to me. Rebrand. I don't think you need to buy the one size. I mean, if you want to, go for it. Like if you're like, I really want to, is it worth it? It's not a completely waste of money. It's not, it doesn't quite live up to the hype it gives it, but it's still good. The packaging is kind of problematic, but if you want to see a video comparing the top rated affordable mineral sunscreens because you need some SPF under all of that makeup if you're going to be outside sweating, you can click right here. I'll link everything I talked about in the description box below. Those links are affiliate links, so I do get a small percent of the profits if you use my link to buy the product, but it does not affect you in any way. I love you so much. Don't forget that you are enough. Bye!